Now, the one thing I did not talk about is what happens if we don't have oxygen. Right? So if we don't have oxygen, so there's no oxygen present, right, which would be a bad thing, and a lot of people understand that without oxygen you die. Okay, and of course I asked students why, and they can't answer it, but you guys can now. You can answer it because it's the final electron acceptor, NETC. Without it, we have no place to dump off that final electron. And everything backs up. And everything backs up, then NADH cannot drop off its electrons. So we cannot continue to strip electrons off of sugar. We cannot continue to drive our proton pumps. We will not then create or maintain our concentration grade. We can't make ATP. And without ATP, which is energy, entropy, the second law of thermodynamics kicks in, and we fall apart. Okay? Because we all know that disorganization is the natural state of the universe. So when people ask you why you need to breathe, this is why. Now, if we do not have oxygen, remember when we went back to the beginning, there is another pathway we can go. We can do fermentation, and we talked about the difference between lactic acid fermentation and alcoholic fermentation. And in order for lactic acid fermentation to work, when we talked about that, basically we're putting these electrons on the NADH that we talked about. Instead of putting it here, we're going to put it back on to pyruvate and form lactic acid. And now we can only sustain that for a short period of time. And then you guys, especially if you've done some kind of athletic event, know what it's like to hit the wall. So fermentation is a temporary solution to this problem of no oxygen, right? But we cannot sustain it. It's just a fight or flight response to get us out of whatever danger we are currently in, all right, or to successfully be able to complete whatever task. But again, it's very temporary. So this is aerobic respiration. You need the oxygen. So you should, for your test, know the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration.